Hi, I'm Brent Walker. I've spent the last 40 years producing radio advertising. It never ceases to fascinate me with its potential for incredible creativity. But I've noticed over the last decade that radio advertising is becoming less and less creative. And it shouldn't be that way. Radio advertising has more potential for creativity than any other medium, and this video series will show you just how to tap that. Radio is still, after all these years and all the reports of its death, a tremendous platform for advertising. It's targeted, it's inexpensive, it's listened to by well over 2/3 of the nation's adult population every single day, and the vast majority of adults every single week. And it allows for all kinds of creativity, but the surface of that creative potential has barely been scratched. Now, granted, there's some good radio advertising out there. But most radio advertising shows up at the radio station DOA. Cause of death? Suckiness. Really? It's the oral equivalent of Comic Sans. It's bad. Don't believe me? Turn on your radio. Within 15 minutes, you will be offended, irritated, or just plain bored by the advertising, guaranteed. Why? How does this happen? Perfectly good advertising dollars are being spent on messages that are not only ineffective, they actually cause people to stop listening. If print advertising or television advertising or outdoor or even display ads were this bad, this off-putting, there'd be an uproar for change. Why no uproar about sucky radio? Simple. Very few people really understand radio, understand how it works, how the listener hears and responds to it. And that's what this video series, Tune Your Radio, is all about. Understanding the needs of the listener, putting the needs of the listener ahead of the needs of the advertiser. A pretty counterintuitive notion, but one that will allow you to create radio that not only entertains, but really sells for your brand. And that's where most radio advertising fails. It tries too hard to sell without any regard for the listener. It's an attitude that results in nothing short of oral spam. So, how do we create radio advertising that really works, that really engages the listener long enough to deliver your message and move some product? Well, we do it with 5 simple rules, which we'll begin to address in the next installment of Tune Your Radio.